Well, the context is decisive. So I always tell this to people, and I'll demonstrate it for you. But in the context number, what is this?
1.
Yeah. And in the context body part, what is
body
it?
part? A penis?
Yes.
She's holding up one finger.
Yeah, so it's a finger, exactly.
Oh, I thought it was representing something.
No, it's not a trick question.
I'm sorry, I said penis. I said it. I said penis on my podcast. I had
well, that's a whole other conversation that we could go into the source of that answer. But in any case,
oh boy, now we'll have to do like a podcast on all the transformative work I need, because I thought your finger represented a penis. But keep going.
But that's a very sad penis. If that's really, we need to talk about that.
It has nothing to do with my husband. I promise you, I was for some reason had my head in the gutter. I apologize. We can never turn back time. Okay.
I have that impact on people. But in any case, the point is nothing altered in reality, but the context is decisive. So in the context, direction, it's up. So it's the context inside of which you're operating that gives you your experience of life. And that's what's transformable. You can't transform stuff. You're not going to transform a lipstick into something else. You can change it. You can add to it. You can fix it. You can, which is what most people do in life. They try and fix themselves or change their partner or their business or whatever. But the context is what's giving you your experience of life, which gives you your actions, which gives you your results. So inside of business, if the context is survival or, managing what you've built, that's a very different context than what am I creating? And most people, especially effective, successful people, are really good at managing stuff, which is a different muscle than creating. And what they created in the beginning, like I'm sure you could recall even with your podcast, when you first created it, it was exciting and magical. You didn't know what you were doing. You were making mistakes. It didn't even matter. All of it was enlivening. But then you built it and it moved over from creation to management. And now you're not looking up and out. You're looking down and in, and who's my next guest? And do I have to do the studying?
I'm not. But my team is. But I don't know in this case if that's true. Not to make you wrong.
No, not at all.
But I think I'm very this is one of the places because I just get to, as you saw, I didn't prepare. Like I show up, I chat, I have fun. This is my zone of genius. And I think it's like when I'm in my zone of genius where I'm coaching, I'm speaking, entertaining, I'm in creation. And so luckily I don't have to deal with that. If I had to deal with that, I do sometimes edit the show notes, and I'll tell you that I'm in management and I don't like to do that. Yeah. And that is not my favorite, because I just want to be I want to be in the creation mode. I want to do that. And I'm not, but in a lot of areas of my business, for sure, I am in that survival of managing, not of creating, and the stress and all that. Like I definitely get into those moments. And that's the same thing with your clients or with anybody, especially in business. If you're doing something to pay the bills, or if the context is, I've got to get this client, otherwise we're not going to make our quota. That is not an empowering context. So you're never going to have the kind of magic and aliveness that you have when you're in creation mode, because you know the difference, of those two worlds, because they're two different muscles and they're two different worlds.